Hello everybody, Imminent Storm here, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. In the last episode, we took down Guangxi here, and we also sent some forces over to Spain to fight in the Spanish Civil War, but we really weren't able to change the outcome there. The nationalist Spain is going to lose. And we are setting up here to attack Yunnan here. Now, one thing I did kind of think about here is the other thing we were doing is going through like Tibet and Xinjiang and Turkey and trying to improve some relations and influence them to become fascist, things like that. But I think I'm going to change my mind on that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to stop doing that because I've made a decision on what we're going to be doing next as our big goal here. So for like Tibet, we're going to stop improving relations. For these guys, we're going to stop improving relations. In Turkey, we're going to stop improving relations, and we're going to stop boosting popularity. So the thing that was doing that was putting us negative on political power, and we really can't go negative political power. Because we just need it for too much stuff. Is there anything else we need to worry about? The boosting ideology in the United States. We're going to keep doing that. Because in a moment here, we are going to get something else started. So, what we're going to do is we're going to declare war on Yunnan here. Declare war, conquer, call an ally, send it. Alright, everybody's joined. Fire off my prearranged battle plans. Unpause it, let it go. That should win handily. Alright, so we need a few things here. I'm going to recombine the fleet up. And I also want to get all of the ground-based fighters back in the reserve pool. So these close air support guys, we're just gonna send them home. I'm not even gonna worry about the guys that are over southern China. We won't need them. Let's see. These are here. So I want to rearrange them and reorganize them a little bit. All right, these guys can all merge. We got some submarines. Let's move them over there. Well, speaking of, we have these two Soryu class. Oh no, I had them set to infinite, so I actually want to stop that. We're going to set them to 1 each. And then what I want to add in here are the Yamatos. We're going to do 2 Yamato class battleships in parallel and queue them to use all the dockyards as those dockyards come available. Alright, now we also probably want to queue in some other things. Like, I want some convoys being produced infinitely. So I'm going to move these to the top here. And I'm just going to back it up so that they get a dockyard. And I want to set up a Magi class. No, we're not going to build any Magi class. Heavy Mogami class. Yeah, let's build a few Mogami class cruisers. And we need some more light cruisers as well. Oh no, these need to be heavy. And then we need to add a light Mogami. Whole bunch of those. And then destroyers. Just endless destroyers. Yep, Republican Spain beat Nationalist Spain. Alright. Alright, so I want to rearrange this a little bit as well. Alright, so we got fighters, we have carrier naval bombers, we have close air supports, we have tactical bombers, we have carrier fighters. We need naval bombers. We need naval bombers. Oh, radio. And Type 95 heavy tanks, okay. Alright, let's back this up. Let's make sure that we get some naval bombers being built, because we want some of those. Light tanks. We need to switch this over to No, we are on Hago. Okay. Alright, so we need to assign some new technologies, and we want to go and start getting construction tech. And some oil plants. And speaking of construction, we want to queue some stuff up here. We got some oil plants being built. Now, I want to build civilian factories, but I want to build them over here. So we're going to queue up some civilian factories. And we need some military factories as well. Build a whole bunch of military factories. And we're going to need some shipyards. So a whole bunch of construction we need to get going. Alright. So that's good. How are things progressing here? Yeah, moving along. I think we may have just taken their only victory point. Yep, we did. Alright, so we're going to take that. Done. Alright, now, what we're going to want to do with that... Well, first off... these guys, I want to make a new theater. Get them out of the way. Because we're not using those as combat units. These guys, we want to get to some ports. So you strategically redeploy over here. You guys strategically redeploy down here. We need oil and rubber, but we're building some synthetic plants, so that'll take care of itself. Military factories. We're going to go with infantry equipment. Did we actually get... yeah, we got some... There's some factories in there. So, we're probably going to keep that. We'll keep that. I was thinking about giving it to China, but... Because there's not a lot of resources in there. There's only just some tungsten. But it's got some decent number of factories, so... Oh, advanced torpedoes finished. Okay, so what do we want to do next? Now that Yan'an is done, we want to start working on the next major project. And this is going to be a major project. Now, I know I was saying at the beginning of this series that we were going to try and keep the United States out of the war as much as possible. I've changed my mind on that. In fact, we are going to declare war on the United States as quickly as possible, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. So, first thing we're going to do is we've been influencing them to generate fascist party support, and up to about 30%. Which is good. But what we're going to do is we're going to stage a coup. It's going to require 0.5 political power daily, which we are fine, to reach a total of 200. It's going to take 400 days to generate this, which is fine. Alright, we're going to need 20,000 infantry equipment to get this done right. And we need to pick a spot for it to begin, which we're going to pick... California. Because what we're going to do, send it, get that started, is we're going to hope that the western half of the United States is going to break away and start a civil war. And then we're going to declare war on the United States and aid the fascist half to defeat the democratic half and bring the fascist free American empire in as a member of our faction. That is the goal. Alright, so what we're going to start doing is start working on this, heading to here, strike the USA, so that we get our war goal against the United States. So go ahead and reinforce the Soviet border. We're going to increase the world tension by 1, but we don't care about that. Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Alright. You got aircraft in reserve. Alright, so what we're going to be doing with the aircraft in reserve is we need to start strengthening our Pacific bases, because I don't know how much of the American Pacific Fleet is going to join the fascist revolution or not. So we need to be prepared for naval combat. France banned communism. Okay. Support weapons. I'm going to continue to work on this construction stuff. We need concentrated industry. So where's the airport? Here. Is there an airport here? There it is. Marshall Islands. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start putting some fighters out here. I'm going to put... Oh, no, not that many. Let's say 75 fighters. In the Marshall Islands, we're going to put another 75 fighters. In the Caroline Islands at Truk. And we're going to put... We've got 3 airfields here in the Mariana region. So let's do this. Let's put fighters here. Let's put some fighters here. Okay. Let's put some fighters here. Do we have any, like, better fighters? Doesn't look like it. Put as many as we can there. So we should be building better fighters. KI-27s. Oh, wait a minute. Why did this go to 200? No. I want that to be at 100. Tops. Actually, we want it at 75. Set the limit. We'll bump those up if we have the room for them. Okay, 75. 80. Oh, that's fine. 75. Wait for these guys to deploy. From reserve. We'll bump them up to 75. Improved infantry equipment. Okay, good. And we're going to bump this up. We're going to deploy whatever we've got. We're going to set this to 75. Wish I could just type it in. That would be nice. Alright, 75. Oh. Alright, so they should reinforce up to 75. Alright, we need to work on... What do we need to work on? This. Improve machine tools. Let's see. Army logistics. Division attrition minus 8%. Let's say yes to that. Alright, now we're also going to need to send close air support. These are carrier close air support. These are interwar bombers. Those are naval bombers, or carrier naval bombers. I'll say we'll send 50 close air support there. We'll put 50 close air support there. Oh. 50 close air support. We can increase these at a later date if we need to. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to put a lot of... Probably going to put 100 close air support bombers at the home islands. There we go. Now, the next thing we're going to want to do is these submarines need to merge up. Oh, these are tier 2 subs. I'm going to redeploy the submarine fleet. To truck. For the time being. Just to get them out to the front. Alright, so these guys need to get out of here. So you head to Taiwan, or Formosa. I'm not sure exactly which it was called at this point. You guys head back to Yokosuka there. Alright, now we got this stage coup. We want to make sure we prioritize the stage coup. Low upgrade, low reinforcement priority. We want to be directing as much of our infantry equipment into the coup as we can. What do these guys need? Infantry equipment. And what don't they have? They don't have any motorized. Okay. So that's what we're short on. Yep. Really short on motorized. And even though we're cranking out as much infantry equipment as we can, we're short on infantry equipment. Okay, so We have a whole bunch of naval bases here. Reinforce the Soviet border. Munich Agreement. France pursues nuclear technology. Decided to direct French research toward the development of nuclear technology. Okay, we should follow that development. France wants nukes. Right. Now, to get to the strike the USA, we're going to have to take southern expansion, which are going to give us war goals against the UK and the Netherlands, which we're not going to utilize at this point. But we need to get through it to get to what we want. Border skirmish, Japanese victory. The Russians and their Mongolian lapdogs detected the buildup of our troops and attempted to launch a large raid across the border. We inflicted severe losses on their forces, but they fled back. Okay, so alright, Soviet Union gets failed raid. We're not that interested in going to war with the Soviet Union at this point. Not yet. Anyway, we are interested in going to war with the Soviet Union at some point. Okay, so the submarines. We need to start putting together raid packs of submarines. So we need to start making some fleets. Let's see. I'm not sure which of these are the better ones or not. Naval firepower, torpedo attack 6. Fire range 6. On the Kaichu class. The Kaidai class is going to be what? 6.4, 6. So those are a little bit better than the Kaichu class. And the Kaidai 4 class, those are going to definitely be better. Okay, so these are the worst of our submarines. So let's put together fleets of these. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's say 10 of those. Let's go port them up over there. The rest of the Kaichu class, select it. Let's go send you guys to port over here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 10 of those. Let's send them up there. And then all the 3s. All right. How's our construction coming along? Coming along. Still need 4. This should actually take care of that oil issue. For the moment. Let's actually prioritize. Let's bring a couple of military factories up. There we go. Now we have the whole combined fleet here. We're going to need to move that forward at some point as well. Right, these guys. Port them up over there. And then let's get the combined fleet. to truck. We're going to keep these patrol fleets up around the home islands. Anything serious comes at them, they won't be able to resist it, but they might at least give me a warning if someone's trying to do something. Alright. Now all these fleets need admirals. Oh, that's one carrier. Oh, that's the Hiryu. Okay. That needs to get down here. That's part of the combined fleet. Alright, these admirals. Naval AA attack. Air controller. Superior tactician. I guess we'll go with Hiroki Abe. We can't put commanders in those patrol fleets while they're on patrol. I don't think it's that critical at the moment. Alright, did that carrier get there yet? Oil plant. Yes, it did. Alright, merge them in. Alright. So all this is still being worked on. This is all 1939. This is 1939. We're not quite 1939 yet. Let's get the signal company. One other thing I wanted to do is start queuing up three sets of 3 Marines. So we're going to want the Marines for naval invasions. Okay. Alright, we're up to 34% fascist support. Southern expansion. We are over halfway toward the required infantry equipment. Good. Alright, now we're not going to hit the strike the USA until we're closer to the coup actually firing. Zog submits to Italy. Alright, so naval primacy, we get some naval dockyards. Let's go with that. Let's see, how long? So when it gets to 100 progress, then we'll have 200 days. Military factories, let's just get it on the infantry equipment. Actually, you know what? I say we get all these military factories built first. Because they actually build relatively quick. See, this will be finished December 28th. Yeah, in a month. And then another month. These take about a month to build, so let's get them built. Yeah, we got lots of available planes in reserve. .24 Type 91s because they're getting replaced by the KI-27s. And lots of close air support. We'll keep those in reserve for now. And we're getting some naval bombers built. Good. How are our stockpiles? We're still behind on infantry equipment, but that's okay. Towed artillery is actually ahead. That's good. We need 3 more light tanks to fill out light tanks. Now, I think it's this. This is the units that have light tanks, but they use the same symbol as infantry. I'm going to actually change that and go with this symbol here. Just so that I know that they're different. Okay. There they are. So these tanks should actually be in this guy's army. Let's move over there. Improve machine tools. Construction. Good. Construction 2. Let's go with computing machine. And let's go with some land doctrine, because they have a 50% bonus. More military factories. Okay, what are we behind on? We're behind on motorized, so let's get some motorized built. Ah, we've reached 1939. Okay. So that means we can work on 39 techs. Portugal, and you need in the UK. The one thing I'm hoping we don't have happen is that when we declare war on the United States, as part of the US Civil War we're about to start, that they don't join the Axis. Alright, 39. I think the most important thing to do is get infantry weapon improvements. And more motorized. Alright, so where are we at as far as this? We're up to 100, so we're 200 days away. August 3rd, 1939. Naval primacy. Okay, so if we do one of these and then one of these, that's 140 days. That's 200 days. Not quite 200 days. $190 days. So yes, we're going to do one more. Base national unity. Division recover rate. This would be Army experience, Navy experience. Fortress Japan for coastal forts. Some additional infrastructure, it looks like in China. We don't really need that right now. Synthetic oil focus. Research bonus for synthetic resources. Let's do that. We're getting a little long on this episode, but I want to at least get that Strike the USA focus rolling before we end this. So I could split this. Let's see what we got. We got 2 carriers. Kongo, Hiei, Nagato, Hyuga, Yamashiro. Hiroshima, Haruna, Mutsu, Ise, Fuso. 8 heavies, 5 42s. Okay, so we need another commander. Superior tactician. We'll go with this guy. Skill 4. How are those? Oh, we need more military factories. We're going to keep dumping these into motorized for the time being. Now, where are we at? We have all of the infantry equipment. Alright, so we can go back into here, set everybody back to normal. Okay, so it looks like the Marines have most of the equipment they need. They just need to get trained. Now, these Marines, let's separate you off. Where were those Marines going to be deployed? Kansai. Let's deploy them here. And we're actually going to start up a new army for the Marines. Trickster. Commando. Skilled in amphibious operations, air assaults, in cold weather conditions. The Commando is a man of many talents. Perfect. And we definitely need to change that color. Let's go with purple. There we go. More factories. Let's actually start putting some of these in our planes. Naval bombers. Actually, let's queue them up so that any new factories will automatically go into the planes. How many more factories are we building? We're building 3. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we can build a 4th one. Oh. Let's build it in Kanto. There we go. Good. We are behind on... Whoa, we're way behind on oil and rubber. What's causing us? Oh, the Yamato class. Synthetic oil focus. So we're probably actually going to have to trade for that. Alright. Pause. German Reich claims memo. We're going to begin to strike the USA. So... they need about, what, 57? So a little over 100 days. So we'll get that about 2 months short, which is perfectly fine. Need a new tech. Should we go with industry? Actually, I want to start working on the Chiha. Alright. So we're actually pretty long on this episode here. Was there anything else that I wanted to do? Ah, yes. We need to get this resource situation taken care of. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to switch this out for the time being. We're going to take all of Mexico's oil. We're going to take as much from Peru as we can. I want to avoid trading more with the United States for the moment. And let's go with... How much more rubber do we need? 4 more rubber. Okay, so we'll just add a little bit more rubber. How's construction looking? Construction's looking fine. Alright. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to end it here. And hopefully when we come back in the next episode, we're going to get this party started in the United States. And we'll see how it goes. I have no idea if we're going to be able to do this or not. We have 40 some odd divisions we can send. Hopefully that'll be enough. Oh, in fact, we've actually got some more motorized. And the Shokaku, another carrier. Alright. So we'll go ahead and we'll end the episode here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.